Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Today in this session we will see the female reproductive system. In the previous session we have discussed about the male reproductive system. Female reproductive system consists paired ovaries, accessory ducts and external genitalia. So first we will see the paired ovaries. These are the primary sex organs. They can produce ova or female gametes and as well as steroid ovarian hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Each ovary generally 2 to 4 centimeters in its length and they are located in the lower abdomen connected to the pelvic wall and uterus with the help of ligaments. So this is the ovary and here also one ovary is there. So they are present in the lower abdomen and they are attached to pelvic wall and as well as uterus wall with the help of ligaments. You can observe the number of ligaments are also present here in the diagram. Okay, now come to the next slide. Generally each ovary is covered by thin epithelium which encloses the ovarian stroma. These ovaries generally covered by thin epithelium and inside stroma is there, and this stroma is divided into two parts. One is the cortex and the outer part is the cortex and inner one is the medulla. And when we observe the sectional view of the ovary, we can observe the follicles inside the ovary. They are called Graafian follicles. This each follicle generally carries a centrally placed ovum. You can observe here one ovum is there. So in the each Graafian follicle one ovum we can observe. Right. Now let us see the accessory ducts. Two oviducts or fallopian tubes are there, and as well as uterus is there, vagina is also there. So these are the accessory ducts. So these are the oviducts or the fallopian tubes. So this is the oviduct or fallopian tube. Okay, and this is the uterus region, this is the uterus region, and this is the vaginal part. Okay, now oviducts. Each oviduct is 10 to 12 centimeters in length and it has three parts. One is the infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. So look at this. This area is the generally infundibulum and this area is the ampulla and this area is the isthmus. Look at this, infundibulum, ampulla and isthmus. So infundibulum, funnel shaped opening with many finger like fimbriae are there. It helps to collect the ovum from the ovary. So infundibulum is there now. This receives the ovum from the ovary. Ampulla is the generally wider part. This is the wider part, and isthmus is the isthmus is the narrower part. Isthmus is the narrower part which is very near to the uterus. So this part is near to the uterus. And these oviducts are fallopian tubes, generally inner side lined by the ciliated epithelium which help to move the egg cell or the ovum in the fallopian tube or the oviduct. Right, now uterus. So this pear shaped structure is called uterus, inverted pear shaped structure. It is supported by this pear shaped structure is supported by ligaments, and uterus has generally three parts: upper fundus, middle body and terminal cervix. This is the upper fundus and this area is the middle body and this area is the terminal cervix. And this uterus wall, this is the wall of the uterus. This is made up of three layers. One is the outer perimetrium and middle myometrium and inner endometrium. So perimetrium is a generally thin membrane. Myometrium is a thick layer of smooth muscles, means it is made up of smooth muscles, and the endometrium has a inner side glands and as well as vascular, means which is supplied with the number of what? Blood capillaries. Okay, like this. This uterus wall is composed of three layers. One is the perimetrium, myometrium and endometrium. Perimetrium is the external thin membrane and myometrium is the middle thick layer. Endometrium is the glandular and vascular membrane. Right, now come to the vagina. So this is the generally it opens exterior between the urethra and anus, means vagina opens outside which is present between the urethra and between the urethra and as well as anus. The vagina is lined by a glycogen rich mucous membrane and sensitive papillae are there. Bartholin glands are there in the vagina. Bartholin glands generally they lubricate the penis during the sexual act. At the time of sexual act, these Bartholin glands they secrete oily like substance which they lubricate the penis. Now let us see the external genitalia. So these are the external part of the female reproductive system. Mons pubis, vestibule, hymen and clitoris. So mons pubis is a cushion of fatty covered by pubic hair, fatty tissue which is covered by pubic hair. And vestibule, this vestibule again has two parts, labia majora and labia minora. Labia majora is a large fleshy fatty airy outer fold surrounding the vaginal opening. Generally vaginal opening is surrounded by large fleshy fatty and hairy structure which is called labia majora, and small thin airless inner fold is called labia minora. You can observe the diagram. So this is the labia minora and this is the labia majora. Okay, so these are the parts. And hymen. Hymen is the maiden, also called maiden head, a membrane which is partially cover the vaginal opening. So this covers the vaginal opening. It is often torn during the first coitus. Generally, it tears at the time of first coitus, but hymen may also break sudden when sometimes sudden fall or jolt in the case of insertion of a vaginal tampon or active participation in some sports or horse riding, like such type of, in some cases what happens, this hymen may also break. But in some women, hymen persists even after coitus also. So the hymen is not a reliable indicator for the virginity. Generally, some people may feel that hymen is the indicator for the virginity, but this is not the reliable indicator for the virginity. In some women, even after coitus also it persists. That we have to remember. And clitoris, a highly sensitive organ lying just in front of the urethral opening. In front of the urethral opening, there is a one sensitive part which is called clitoris. You can observe the clitoris here, right? Okay. Now come to the mammary glands. A pair of mammary glands contains glandular tissue and fat. Glandular tissue of each breast has 15 to 20 mammary lobes are there. Here mammary lobes are there, and in the mammary lobes, mammary alveoli are there. Small structures like structures, sac-like structures you can observe. These are called alveoli. They secrete milk. Okay, and also milk also stored in their lumen. In the alveoli lumen, mammary alveoli lumen, milk is stored, and milk alveoli cells, mammary alveoli cells can produce the milk, and the lumen can store the milk, right? Now the alveoli open into mammary tubules. Generally, the tubules of each lobe join to form a wider mammary ampulla, which is connected to the lactiferous duct through the which milk is sucked out. So mammary alveoli opens into mammary tubule opens into mammary duct opens into mammary ampulla, then it opens into the lactiferous duct which opens outside. Okay, like this. Milk, generally the milk which is produced by the mammary glands, they conduct through mammary alveoli to lactiferous duct. Okay, right. So this is about the female reproductive system. I hope you are getting. If you like this, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.